Hello, good morning. Well, you're seeing me now for the first time. I am here and I'm glad for this particular discussion that we're getting into. Thank you for tuning in once more. The hashtag remains to be one in the morning at Y254 channel. My personal handle is at Stephanie Yetta. If you think I'm alone, I am not. Today we have a new face. She's very pretty. She's joining us for this particular conversation. I'm introducing her in a while. We're going to talk about today is World AIDS Day. If you didn't know, every 1st of December we celebrate World AIDS Day, and it's not just any celebration. We are creating awareness around HIV and why we need not to be reckless around it or about it. For this discussion, I am joined by Sandra, and I will let her introduce herself. Karibu sana, Sandra.
Thank you. So my name is Sandra Osike, and I am a media practitioner and also a student. Yeah, so today I'm so excited to be talking about HIV and AIDS, just awareness, and I'm so happy to be having this conversation here today with Stephanie.
Great, Sandra. So let me ask you, what is your perception of HIV and AIDS? You know, Kitambo, I remember when we were in primary and HIV was being taught, because HIV has been taught always. We don't even have an excuse of oh, you don't know about it. And we were taught well in primary school. So it was this monster, it was this big thing. And there was a lot of stigma around it. Yeah, so it seemed very dangerous. But my personal perception is that now people are very casual about HIV and AIDS. Mm-hmm. Yes, we want the stigma out, and we have done a lot to to remove the stigma. I think we are somewhere, but still the stigma is there. However, people are taking light of the situation, light of the disease. It's any baby now waits in a like, what is your own perception?
So yeah, when we were young, a lot of people would say, don't get close to so-and-so because, they have HIV. Mm-hmm. It was a monster. Yes, I agree with you. It was a monster. But these days, it is something different. I think we have created awareness, and we even have a day like today where we get to talk about it. We get to, navigate HIV, and we get to talk about it in a way that everybody can understand. And now it is no longer a monster. Everybody talks about it. It's something casual, and nobody really cares if you have it or not. They will just try to treat you as one of their own, as a human being that you are, and stop the stigma. So I don't think the stigma is really there, but some of the myths while we were young, like don't use the utensils that so-and-so has used, nini, they have really gone away with time. So I think we have created awareness, but it's not yet enough.
Okay.
Yes.
So the awareness is there, but not yet enough. But you have said, yes, the stigma is not there, but I think it's there, but not as much.
Yes.
But the casualness that people take it with, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because in the same breath, we're saying that people have now embrace people who have HIV, and not stigmatizing them, which is a good thing. But has that also made it, open? If I have it, fine. Shida nini sipate ball? Lakini HIV, it really does not make sense, because getting pregnancy, at some point in time we will get pregnant.
Yes.
If you want to, but HIV currently as it is, there's no cure about it, and the danger of it is that you are on medication for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Until, of course, another treatment is found. But that's the thing about HIV. So I sit down myself and I try to understand the reasoning of the young people, and we're going to get to the statistics, the reasoning of young people, that you prefer HIV over pregnancy. I can't seem to understand it. What do you think about that?
Okay, so I think people are comfortable with HIV because there is PrEP, there is the medication that maybe you get to take. There is also protection, which also most of the youth don't like using, but there is protection, there is the PrEP, but people we really fear early pregnancies because of the cost that comes with it, and the economy is not really favorable right now. But also embracing HIV doesn't mean that now you don't have to be careful. Of course you have to be careful. You have to use the right medication if you can. You also have to use the protection, but people really fear pregnancy. Yes, I think it's just because of the cost that comes with it.
So it's the cost, because I wanted to ask you why is it that people fear pregnancy? Because I was thinking maybe they fear it because of the stigma that would come. Let's say, Sandra, as young as you were getting pregnant, people will look at you
and talk about like, me, and
on campus, and you're here with a belly.
A lot of
what
people
do you
will
think?
Judge you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's a problem with the society, and rightfully, not rightfully so, understandably so, because there's some expectation in the society that you're supposed to get pregnant when you're a certain age or when you're married, at least in the African culture. And I don't think it's really a bad thing. I don't know about you.
It's not a bad thing because it's not a bad thing. I think the way that the traditional has put it is wrong, because when you have a child at the age of 35 going onwards, science inasema utazaa zuzu. But when you have a child from the age of 26 to 30, let's say 25 to 30, you'll get an active child, one who is, just active, and the brain cells work well. That is what people say.
I don't know.
And also,
these things
are
they proven? Because again, the president pia jana alisema president alikuwa kwa wedding akasema people should where is it? I'm looking for that particular day. Where is that quote? Those of you who are above the age of 25, get married. Wacha kuzunguka hapa unatoka kwa klabu hii unaenda kwa klabu ingine. That was by the president. And that's what the society expects, that when you're 25, you're supposed to get married
and have a husband,
get children from them. So I don't know if that's a whole total different discussion altogether.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. Something that you've also mentioned is PrEP. So some people do not even know about PrEP, but it's not something that can also be misused, right? So PrEP, ideally, how it's been, the original intent of something. Sometimes we abuse the original intent of things.
Yes.
Like people would have casual sex, that is sex without protection, and go and take a P2. That is misusing a P2. Those are some things that are taken when you are in a position where you are probably, raped, and in an unfortunate situation such as that. You don't want to get pregnant because that was totally unwanted. You have been violated, and that is given at a hospital, and as they clean you, and also and that is why they say in rape cases you're supposed to within 24 hours go to the hospital, so that they do something, they give you some medication, and if the person who raped you for one reason or for the evil intention that they did, they had HIV and AIDS, then you will not be infected. But after 24 hours, there's usually nothing that can be done. But still, one can go. But
P2, I think, works in 24 hours, within 72 hours.
For P2 72, but for HIV, for P2 only protects against pregnancy.
Oh,
I don't know why we're protecting against pregnancy. The things that
don't get pregnant if you don't have the money to take care of that kid.
But the thing is that when you get yourself indulged, you should know that these are the chances that I will get pregnant, because you have the option of using protection. Because if you think you're an adult enough to engage in sexual matters, then you are an adult enough to raise someone. That is what a mental mind says.
You're capable, yes.
You're capable to raise someone if you're capable to indulge. So anyway, for those that, it's for health-wise purposes, P2 over time, it reduces, as a woman, your chances of getting pregnant, or it sort of interferes with your reproductive system. The same with abortion, which is, of
Very
course,
bad.
very horrendous, very
Especially
bad.
that medicine that you put, ladies put under their tongues.
Which is crazy.
Yes, that is so crazy.
It is bad. So that is the last thing that you should do, because that, of course, puts your health at a risk, for one. And then, mtoto anakuja na sani yake, still, abortion is murder. Unless you are at a risk. And that's, said by a doctor, when watu wanahanga na different types of pregnancy, ectopic pregnancy, where the pregnancy, the
Yes.
it forms kwa fallopian tube. So that is very
Where
high
you
risk.
don't get to know when you test it, it's negative.
Yeah.
You just have to know by scanning.
Yeah.
So in most cases, you don't know you're pregnant, but you're just walking. You are totally normal.
So there are different reasons why abortion would be allowed, but on normal cases where just normal and you feel like it's the worst thing that you'd want to do. So do not take that decision. So anyway, for PrEP, the people who the original intent for PrEP are for a married couple. Say I get married to someone who has HIV and AIDS, and we're in love. So, and I'm not HIV positive. So, and you want to be in this relationship, you want to have children, because if you want to build a family, you'll not use protection. So the only way to protect yourself is PrEP. So that PrEP prevents you from getting HIV and AIDS. And it's the doctor now advises how it can be taken.
Yes.
For some, I think there are some, depending on the country, there's some which is a day, and I think there's some which let me see, because I was just looking at it earlier. They were saying, so let me just get it. So there's the daily pill PrEP, and then the long-acting injectable. So that is for every 2 months. So I guess how for contraceptives, ladies get the
Injections.
Yeah. So it's more or less the same thing for PrEP. So for that is for a couple that is negative and positive in a marriage setup. So the doctor takes you through that healthy journey.
Just like FemiPlan.
Yeah, it's something close to family. Yeah, close to family plan now, but for HIV and AIDS. So that's the idea. But some people, of course, they abuse it. And you're not sure if they are positive or negative, and then you just take PrEP. Some things you need to make sure you consult a medical practitioner.
And then these days, people don't get to know each other. They just move to you've talked for a day or two, then you just move to the casual sex, especially especially young people. Yeah. Yes, they have that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of young people, so we have the numbers. So let me see.
And Nairobi is leading right now. Yes.
Absolutely. There was a report that was done by one of the media stations, and they were just showing the numbers. There's currently a rise in infection by 19%. 19%. So we are currently at 19,991 from 16,752.
Wow.
So that's
big. Yes.
And Nairobi County, our county right here, is leading in the new HIV infections. I don't know. Why do you think so?
I think it's just because of young people. Most of them are young adults. Young adults, people from the university. Most of them are just youths.
It's actually from the age of 15 to 34.
Yes.
The 74%.
Yes. And I think, one, it's because of the casual relationships, and early pregnancy. I think something of the sort. And also we have the casual sex, we have the early pregnancy, and also we have
risk of fear of getting early pregnancy.
Yes, fear of getting early pregnancy. We also have something else, which is
No, well, I'm sure you'll remember it. But my curiosity is, for the longest time, the infections have been...
Yes, I remember.
Okay,
Multiple partners.
Or having
Yes,
multiple partners.
multiple partners, and Nairobi is a city where people go in and out. Yes, so we might have people from Homa Bay. Yeah, people from Homa Bay. Most of, they say that in the Lake region is where most of the people have HIV. Don't quote me wrong. I'm also from the Lake region, but but most of the people from the Lake region have HIV, and I've not said now kill them too. Don't go around now saying, you're from the Lake region. No, don't get close to me. I'm not trying to promote stigma, but I'm just trying to create awareness. Then we have people from Wajir, Mandera, those kind of places, which there's not much of HIV and AIDS there. Then finally now we have Nairobi, which is now leading. Yes.
I think, for one, we know for sure the Homa Bay in particular has been leading for a long time when it comes to a number of HIV cases, followed by Kisumu. In previous years, it has been leading, and research has been done to understand why. And one of the reasons is because of the economic status of the people there, and the issue is usually sex for fish. There was a documentary, and it sounds funny, but it's actually a thing. For women, you get that they have to do something to get food and provide for their family, which is very heartbreaking in this day and time. So you'd understand why it has been prevalent in the Lake region, because of that. I don't even know how to put it, but it's abominable for the men that are doing that, are encouraging that.
So what you're saying is that the women there are more dependable on men.
Yes, so they have been dependable on men for sex for fish, and that's why was one of the reasons, one of them, not the main one. And then you'll find that the fishermen are very promiscuous. So the fishermen are promiscuous, and then now for the ladies, you sleep for fish, and then the HIV infection continues.
And it is very difficult in that case to negotiate for a safer, sex, like. Having the protection and all. Maybe most of them are so stubborn and they wouldn't want, but these things are free. Just use them. The protection, when you go to the toilet, you'll find them there. You'll find lots of them. Just pick, always pick for, sometimes you don't have to go and buy because they are always available. So pick one or two, and save yourself. Yes.
So that's one of the things. So for me, it was a point of curiosity on why Nairobi has led this time, and you have said maybe it's because of the three reasons, and Nairobi being the capital city. A lot of things are happening. So I think for sure, because the youths, it has been given that they're the ones that have the higher load.
Yes, a lot of youths come to Nairobi to study.
Yeah.
Yes,
and a lot of them leave. Yeah.
And for work, yes, they come for jobs and then to study. If you have looked at in YouTube, there is a new film by MTV Sugar. It's called Johnny na Jonte. So in this film, we have...
You will tell us about the film. We want to save that for the last... for the last one, because it tells us a lot on what we're already talking about.
Yes.
But first, you can tell us about the myths that people have about HIV, because it's something that you had touched on earlier.
Yes, so one of the myths is that if one person has HIV/AIDS and the other person also has, and we are partners, we don't need protection. People always say we don't need protection because we both have, we both have AIDS. Now, why do we need protection? Why do we need to protect ourselves? Yes, so that is a myth.
That's a myth, because the factual truth is that for two people with HIV, they have different HIV loads. So if yours was already suppressed because you're taking medication and the other person is not taking medication,
Yes.
then you get reinfected. Ni kama sasa inaongezeka, so it is bad. You'd get sick for no good reason.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also another common one, which I don't think people should be an issue anymore, is that mosquitoes can spread.
That is so updated, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel mosquitoes spread HIV. Think again, man.
And another one is when you look at somebody, you say, this one looks sick, this one has HIV. Yeah.
The healthiest people.
They are the healthiest.
They are very, and that's a good thing.
They live a good life, actually.
It's a good thing now, because kitambo, back in the days of 19 was, we were not there, but well, walikuwa, you would because there was no medication and stuff. So the people who had HIV, as any other disease, utakuwa emaciated. You look a certain way,
Yeah.
So it would show, and at that time HIV was the main disease that was killer disease.
And the way if you go to those books that we used to use back in the days, you'll see that full-blown stage. You see how they can't even wake up from the bed.
Yeah.
That was
that was
so
a
scary.
picture. But because of medication, and that is why we're not stigmatizing, they can do anything. Someone who has HIV is not limited by anything, really. Mtu mwenye akona malaria, only that malaria issue, So
it's not a disability, it's not anything,
they
you're just
do anything.
normal.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and also another one is HIV is a death sentence. When you just told, now the results are here, Stephanie, you have HIV.
Ooh, dear. Yeah,
it's not a death sentence.
It's not. Though I think it could be. It's one of the hardest news that anyone would ever
take. That's why we have
counseling.
Yes, counseling
department for any
before
HIV.
and after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's ni kama wambe uko na cancer. It's one of those.
But then again, cancer these days, we have started creating awareness, and actually, it's not that bad. If you're told you have cancer, it's not that bad. You
can get treatment.
Yes, go for regular, scanning, regular testing, do all that, so that at the end of the day, this is off topic, but at the end of the day, if you have cancer, you get to be treated and start your medication earlier if you have not yet reached stage 4. Stage 4 is where, when you reach stage 4, is where now you can think it's a death sentence.
But still, even in stage 4, you have palliative care, so you can be on palliative care for a very long time. So you're still fine.
And not all of them go for chemotherapy. So.
Absolutely. So those are some of the myths. Yeah. All right. So one thing that also stood out in this year's report is Kenya. You'd think would want to be #1 in the best things, technology. At least we're doing well in that area. But the one thing that I saw is Kenya is ranked 8th globally, after South Africa, in this order: after South Africa, India, Mozambique, Nigeria, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia. So Kenya comes 8th in terms of the highest epidemic, HIV. So yeah, we are, we could reduce that. I mean, if we just choose to be safe in how
we can also
engage.
create awareness. We have
awareness.
We have a lot of influencers these days, a lot of content creators. They can do something, create awareness, tell people this is not a death sentence, encourage more people to go for, testing, and I think that would really work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to introduce what you were saying, the movie, part of creating awareness, I think movies are one way that we really educate the society on what is happening and how to prevent and how to do what. And it's based on the triple threat that has been reported, and this is on GBV, early pregnancy, teen pregnancy, and HIV infection. So that film tells us about it. So tell us about that.
Yes, so this is one of the films with MTV Sugar, which in this case you don't find it, when you watch movies, we don't find them boring. And if you see something, you would actually be intrigued and you want to continue watching and see what really happens. So there is this movie on MTV Sugar. It's called on YouTube. It's called John, Jonina, Jonte. It's about this girl who the parents die, and then she has this uncle who is called John, who is very close to her. And then so in order for this uncle told her when the parents died that he's going to take care of her and everything will be fine. So after they bury the parents, and then she went to live with Uncle John. Uncle John ends up taking advantage of her because he tells her that you cannot get this school fees or this money for up. If I have to take care of you, I have to get something too. So he ends up abusing her,
Yeah.
Yes, they have the casual sex anytime before he gives her money.
Oh.
Yes. So in this aspect, it might be GBV.
It's SGBV,
Yes,
sexual
yes.
gender-based violence.
Yes. Then in the next, the same girl meets a certain man again, who tells her you can always work and do all these things. He's called Johnny. Now this Johnny is her boyfriend. They have a relationship, but then the Johnny ends up beating her, and then they break up. They used to have casual sex. They do not use protection, but they used to use P2 a lot of times. Then again, this girl moves from this relationship now to Jonte. Now having this another relationship, Jonte, they got married at a very young age. She got pregnant, and she was the only person who had a job in a supermarket. And then the other one, the Jonte did not have a job. So the Jonte went out every day looking for a job, and she used to abuse him by talking.
Emotional abuse.
Yes, emotional
Degrading
abuse.
him.
Yes, like you're not the first Jonte, I have
Slept with.
Yes, you're not the first Jonte. And then Jonte used to do a lot of house chores and all that. So in this aspect, we get to see the HIV. Yes, the HIV from John. Then we get to see the
sexual
SGB
gender-based violence
from John, and then from Jonte we got to see how GBV now gender-based violence, but now not from the man to the woman, but from the woman to the man.
So it can be gender-based violence is actually on both genders. Ooh, that summarizes everything that we have talked about when we're looking at this particular matter today. Again, is World AIDS Day. Hope now you are seated aware of what is happening, and that you will not stigmatize people with HIV, but you will also be safe when you're out there. If you can, well, the other option is that you can also abstain. Abstinence is also a very good solution that you can practice. So you can then protect yourself, and this is also your health at the end of the day. So Sandra, where can people find you on social media?
So on social media, you can find me on TikTok at msandy, on Instagram at msandy. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandra, for joining us for this particular conversation and giving you great insights. Now we're going to take a short break, and then we come back with another story from Sakwa. Stick with us.